Over the past week or two on the channel, we've been talking quite a bit about the recent Cyberpunk 2077 leak. If you haven't been following the situation, back in February, CDPR themselves were hacked. The source code of Cyberpunk was taken, and in the past week, it was just leaked online. In the source code, a ton of stuff was found, including several videos kind of poking fun at the bugs present during the development of Cyberpunk, some of which actually stayed in the game until after release, and other things like a China censor label being labeled as Winnie the Pooh censor, which likely got CDPR at least in some hot water with the CCP. Well, CDPR has actually issued a response to this, and it is pretty interesting. Some of the comments being made here are pretty notable. In this, they do say, the message is a follow-up on the February security breach which targeted the CD Projekt group. Today, we have learned new information regarding the breach and now have reason to believe that the internal data illegally obtained during the attack is currently being circulated on the internet. We are not yet able to confirm the exact contents of the data in question, though we believe it may include current/former employee and contractor details in addition to data related to our games. Furthermore, we cannot confirm whether or not the data involved may have been manipulated or tampered with following the breach. Currently, we are working together with an extensive network of appropriate services, experts, and law enforcement agencies, and they do list off a ton of things they've done internally to improve their security overall. And they ended off by saying, we would also like to state, regardless of the authenticity of the data being circulated, we will do everything in our power to protect the privacy of our employees as well as all involved parties. We are committed and prepared to take action against parties sharing the data in question. So on one hand, this response is kind of what you would expect from CDPR. It actually is fairly late in a sense. The source code itself actually leaked well before this statement was posted, but the statement seems to coincide with some of the personal information of employees starting to pop up or be rumored to pop up on certain forums online. In the message that was shared with the most recent source code leak, the leakers described how the personal info would only be shared with media outlets, but who knows how true that would remain. And of course, regardless of how you feel about Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red, that of course really sucks. If you just worked at CD Projekt, you could have a lot of your personal info just now out there. And we've heard several stories from employees being impacted by this and having to jump through a lot of hoops to either try and change as much information as they can or protect themselves as much going forward. But one of the other pretty interesting things here is this almost emphasis on the data being manipulated or tampered with. They mentioned this twice, saying we cannot confirm whether or not the data involved may have been manipulated or tampered with following the breach. And in that final paragraph say, we would also like to state that regardless of the authenticity of the data being circulated, and there's actually been a fair amount of speculation around this, questioning what that could actually mean, because it almost sets the stage for there to be a potential out here. One of the big things a lot of people are pointing at is with that Winnie the Pooh censor, saying what if that was actually done by the hackers editing the source code and then releasing the source code for everyone else to try and shed more negative light on CDPR. Something even that small could be hugely impactful if it led to GOG being pulled in China. Now, we don't know if that's the case one way or another. It's just interesting that it was literally mentioned twice. It seems to be in reference to something, whether it be the videos passed along or again, a lot of people looking at that Winnie the Pooh line. That definitely would be the twist of the century. Outside of some of that harmful information around employees, nothing else has really leaked as a result of this in the past 48 hours or so. No more videos or internal emails or anything like that have been shared, and a lot of people just don't want to touch the source code. Like doing data mines or even starting a mod project around this has a lot of potential to get you in trouble because this is stolen source code at the end of the day. And although on that front, things are definitely not going super well right now for Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red, on other fronts, things are looking up right now and for the future. The stock has actually been posting some really nice gains over the past couple of sessions since that initial large drop with the earnings, and an update was actually expected either today or yesterday, but it obviously doesn't seem like it's happening. I imagine this Saturday we hear something from them at E3, whether that be DLC news, update news, or something on the horizon. So hopefully I'll have a lot more to talk about in the coming week or two. With that said though, hopefully you guys found this one informative, a little bit of a shorter one, but I just wanted to keep you up to date with the situation overall. But with that said, I hope to see you all next time. Later.